Cronkite News starts now.
Welcome to this Friday edition of Cronkite News. I'm Jose Solis.
And I'm Tina Giuliano. Thank you for joining us as we work remotely to bring you the latest information on the coronavirus pandemic.
President Donald Trump says he was being sarcastic when he suggested disinfectant could kill the coronavirus. He made the comments during a White House coronavirus task force news briefing. Take a listen.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you just to see what would happen.
The comments ignited a firestorm on social media, with many worrying that people would try these methods at home. It also prompted the company that produces Lysol and other disinfectants to release a statement saying, under no circumstances should our disinfectant products be administered into the human body through injection, ingestion, or any other route. Trump previously suggested anti-malaria pills could be a game changer, but early trials of the drug found it does not help, and sometimes it has negative side effects.
In the last 5 weeks, 26 million people have filed for unemployment. So we wanted to take a look back and see how this number compares to other economically tough times throughout history. Cronkite News reporter Jamie Landers did just that. Take a look.
In 1929, the U.S. stock market crashed and the Great Depression began. By 1933, unemployment rates were up to 24.9%. By the time World War II ended, unemployment was down to 1.9%. It would be almost 50 years before unemployment reached double digits again, peaking at 10.8% in 1982. And another quarter century before the Great Recession pushed the jobless rate to 9.9% in 2009. But in the last 5 weeks, jobless levels, the likes of which we haven't seen since 1933, have come roaring back. 26 million Americans have filed for unemployment in those 5 weeks, a jobless rate that Fortune magazine estimates could be as high as 20.6%. Say 1 grain of rice is equal to 10,000 people. Throughout 2019, weekly unemployment claims hovered around 218,000. Those claims have since exploded, reaching 3 million in late March and climbing as high as 6.6 million just 2 weeks ago. In all, that's more than 26 million claims in just over a month. The losses have been mirrored in Arizona, where a decade of job creation has been nearly wiped out in just a few weeks. Since 2010, 631,000 new jobs were added in the state. However, since mid-March, 422,000 jobs were lost, eliminating about 2/3 of the gains of the past 10 years. Precautions and safety nets have been put in place to help bring the unemployment numbers down, similar to those put in place during the Great Depression.
The Navajo Nation has joined 10 other tribes in filing a lawsuit against the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury for what they say is their fair share of COVID-19 funding. Congress previously allocated $8 billion under the Coronavirus Relief Fund to help tribal governments fight the pandemic. But the Navajo Nation says the Secretary of the Treasury intends to fund over 230 Alaska Native corporations, severely impacting their own ability to fight the deadly virus. In a statement, Navajo Nation President Jonathan Nez said they're still in need of more testing, healthcare personnel, and ventilators to address the number of cases on the Navajo Nation.
Native American basketball players all across the world look forward to showcasing their skills annually at the Native American Basketball Invitational. This year, the NABI was canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Cronkite News reporter Zach Galman takes a look at the impact the tournament has for the youth.
The game of basketball has always helped create special bonds in the Native American community.
I've always grown up just always seeing it. My cousin played, my dad played, a lot of the people around here play. And so, I mean, I just think it's really cool. Like, one sport could bring like a whole like reservation together, whole tribe.
Tanisha Begay is a Native American from Shiprock, New Mexico. She played Division II basketball at Fort Lewis College in Colorado and had the opportunity to play in the Native American Basketball Invitational when she was younger.
For anybody just to experience it, like, it's so awesome. Like, you get to see so many talent out there. You get to see, like, the level of, like, experience everybody has and, like, who's developed more.
The NABI, founded in 2003, takes place in the Phoenix area. The tournament was created as a way to support Native American players and help set them up for success in all aspects of life, not just basketball.
We created, scholarship opportunities where we help these kids go to college. We have a college and career fair to help them talk to people who can help them get into college. And if they don't want to get into college, maybe get into a trade school where they can learn a craft.
The event itself has given many Native American kids a great experience and the exposure they haven't received before.
NABI is always there to inspire the Native American youth. And one thing is there is plenty of opportunities for them that NABI tells them that they can seek.
I think that's just the best part. Like, that's literally the best part of the tournament is your exposure. You get to see other people watch you play, the excitement and, like, the super close games, especially. Like, there's not a lot of, like, opportunities. Like, you get to play in, like, a crowded and packed gym like that.
Basketball is more than just a game for so many kids in the Native American community. The cancellation of this year's NABI comes at a loss for the kids, even though it was the right thing to do.
Some of them are devastated, and because the NABI tournament gives them an opportunity to show their talent and skills to college recruiters.
Overall, the community and the kids understand the decision from the foundation and know the significance of keeping everyone healthy and safe. In Phoenix, Zach Gallman, Cronkite News.
The 18th annual NABI tournament was supposed to take place June 21st through the 27th. Instead, the foundation, like many, will aim for a 2021 return.
Summer temps are on the rise. It's certainly heating up in the valley with triple digits on the horizon.
Indeed, and Annabella PIUNTI is standing by now with a look at our 8-day forecast as we head into the weekend.
Thanks, Jose. And yes, we're looking at a week full of triple-digit temps here in Arizona. But let's start off with our evening planner for tonight. We have a really warm night ahead of us. Starting off at 6 p.m., we'll see 96 degrees, 91 degrees at 8 o'clock p.m., and finally, we'll see 85 degrees at 10 p.m. Moving on to your state highs for tomorrow. Up north, things are finally starting to warm up. Flagstaff will see a high of 71 degrees. Prescott will have a high of 81 degrees. Phoenix will see a high of 101 degrees. And finally, Tucson will have a high of 97 degrees. I wasn't kidding when I said things are heating up here in Arizona. Your highs tomorrow for across the valley are also looking really warm. We're seeing mostly 100 degrees, give or take a degree across the map. Goodyear, Ahwatukee, Glendale, Chandler, and Tempe will have a high of 100 degrees tomorrow, while Surprise, Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, and Mesa will see a high of 99 degrees. Moving on to your 8-day forecast, we're going to see triple digits all the way until next Saturday. Sunday will have a high of 104, Tuesday will have a high of 102, Thursday will have a high of 105, and Saturday things will cool off a little bit and we'll see a high of 97 degrees. For Cronkite News Weather, I'm Annabella PIUNTI. Have a great weekend.
Last night, the first round of the virtual NFL draft concluded and the Arizona Cardinals made their selection. Cronkite News reporter Sean Rice has more on the newest member of the Bird Gang.
Extremely excited to make the selection of Isaiah Simmons.
The Arizona Cardinals made their first-round selection on Thursday evening. It's a 6'4", 238-pound Swiss Army knife linebacker from Clemson University.
I bring a lot of versatility. A guy that's not narrowed down to one position, and I could be used in many ways to help the defense in any possible way. So if I need to play safety one week, or linebacker one week, or need me to draft a passer, I can get all that done.
General Manager Steve Kimes' comments leading up to the draft focused on selecting the player with the most talent rather than positional need.
My mindset was, as it always will be, take the best player available. Some people probably think that offensive line is a need for us. No matter how you look at it, needs are always changing, and we're always going to take the best player on the board, and that's, in my opinion, was Isaiah Simmons.
Just like the virtual NFL draft taking place across the country this weekend, Isaiah Simmons' lone interaction with some of his future defensive teammates, Chandler Jones and Patrick Peterson, has been through the digital realm.
It's really crazy because, you know, I've been playing with them on Madden for a really long time, so I'm now their teammate, so that's pretty crazy. I can't wait to, you know, just learn from them and just soak in everything that they have to teach me and everything that they do, you know, just in the everyday life of being them, because they're all great players.
While his exact position may not be determined, Steve Keim calls Simmons an eraser that could help the league's worst defense in 2019 become a headache for opposing NFC teams. In Phoenix, Sean Rice, Cronkite News.
Arizona ranks in the top 10 best states for working from home. That's according to a new study by WalletHub. The personal finance website judged each state in 2 categories: work environments and living environments, and the Grand Canyon state came in 6th place overall. In the work environment category, which considered households, internet access, and cybersecurity, we placed 8th. The living environment score was based on the average cost of electricity and internet, as well as how big and spacious a place of residence is. In that category, we came in 13th place. Delaware was crowned the best state to work from home by the personal finance website, while Hawaii and Alaska capped off the last of the rankings.
Have you ever noticed how listening to music can affect your mood? That's why people of all ages turn to music therapy to help improve their mental health. And one Arizona after-school program is taking a different spin on it. Cronkite News reporter Delia Johnson gives us a closer look at how.
I love singing. I've been singing all my life. I'm a singer, so I sing everywhere, anywhere. I just love singing.
At South Point High School, it's an alternative school. Some of the kids have came from other high schools, public schools within the South Phoenix area, and they basically had difficulties adjusting to the high school life there. So they come here at this alternative high school to get what they need to graduate. We basically structure a song by listening to a track. I allow the students to come up with a concept. Once they do that, they start writing, and then I start recording them.
Every time I do feel down, I write anything that comes to my mind, and it calms. Like singing actually calms me. Like I can be in the most worst mood, and then me and my sister we'll literally put on karaoke and just sing songs, and we're just it just makes us feel so much better.
Got something they need, something new, different breed. Another one in me. In my prime, happy vibes, can nobody stop me. Big shades, fancy clothes, looking real bougie.
It's like you play that one song and you hear it, and you're like, dang, I felt what he felt, or I felt what she felt. Like, say your heart get broken, and you hear that song, and you like, man, I felt the pain that they was going through.
Music is deeply connected on both sides of the brain, so it juices up your corpus callosum, that little bridge between both sides. So it's one of the art forms that goes deep, goes immediately, and will have a response.
Heartbreaks and love is the most easiest thing for me to write because I can relate to it so much. So I just had a baby recently. He's 4 months, but I had the relationship with his father wasn't good. It was a toxic relationship. It just wasn't good.
They're really working on, at least the teens I see daily, working on how to build a successful and healthy relationship. So it's having to help them navigate and distinguish what's healthy versus unhealthy for me.
Music really literally helped me to not to do something crazy to myself, hurt myself for real. Because I'm very, very emotional and I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to speak on it, so I just listen to music, literally blasting in my ear, just listen to it, and I'll just fall asleep.
Demetrius, he was the shyest kid out the bunch, and you saw him up here freestyling. He wouldn't do that months ago. He was really literally afraid to rap in front of people, and his confidence, and I think even his relationships with other kids, has grown because they look up to him now.
Yeah, I used to be shy because, I don't know, music, when I was making music or writing songs, I would never show nobody. I think it's more an insecurity thing or me caring people thought about it. But then when I made a song, they was like, oh, I like it. So I was like, hey, I guess I got a little something going on, you know.
With me, but you never get me started. I'll be going 17, I'll be flowing, looking at my waist. Don't you get it wrong, just like the ocean. Never.
The idea, it happens almost every day that a patient will tell me, I didn't even know I could write a song. I didn't know I could do this. That's a huge light bulb for me. Like, how they're training their brain of, you can take a risk, try something new, and you'll probably be pretty good at it if you try.
I felt that.
In Phoenix, Delia Johnson, Cronkite News.
That's it for Cronkite News. From our home to yours, thank you for watching.
For Arizona news updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.